Welcome back, Mustangs. I'm Claire.
And I'm Lee.
And you're watching Mustang TV.
Words are powerful.
Some words can hurt.
That's not okay.
We can choose kindness.
When we hear the R word, we say stop.
We use respectful quotes instead.
Because everyone belongs.
Join the Special Olympics and help.
Spread the word. You end the word. Be kind.
Be a friend.
Choose your words wisely.
We hope you enjoyed that skit.
Did you know that, like fingerprints, everyone's tongue print is unique?
Holy smokes. Wow.
Here is today's weather.
Good morning, Mustangs. I'm Aaron with your weather for the rest of this week. Today, it will be a high of 68 and a low of 38. On Friday, the high will be lower than today, with a high of 51 and a low of 34. That's your weather for this week. Back to your regular announcements.
Thank you, Aaron. Here are today's announcements. Pickleball Club meets every Thursday from 3 to 4:30.
At last, students of Ponderosa High School, you will... Hello? Hello? Is this stupid thing on? No, not there. Hey! Down here, down! Now that I have your attention, I, Sheldon J. Plankton, have devised a genius scheme to hijack Mustang TV, which was a success. Behold a little something sure to thrill you all. I have hidden items around your little school. If you find 2 miniature crabs, you will get a free concession at any show. But wait, there's more. Find a sea creature and you will win a free ticket. That's right, crabs. I said free. If it's too early and your brains are too tired to absorb this information, not to worry. I have placed posters around to remind you. You're welcome. Follow these instructions and you will end up exactly where I want you. At Plankton! I mean, SpongeBob the Musical, April 9th, 10th, and 11th. Be there or be square. Pants. Mwah! Ah! 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 Wait. Don't.
Pickleball Club meets every Thursday after school until about 4:30 by the lower locker area. Please stop by 203 if there are any questions or to join the email list.
Tonight, there is a varsity girls tennis game versus Highlands Ranch at the Pinery Country Club starting at 3:30.
Also, JV Baseball has a home game versus Regis starting at 4 p.m. at our very own baseball field.
Interested in Bible study? Come to room 203 at 7:15 in the morning. Here are some last-minute announcements.
If you know of things to announce or a good story to cover, please fill out our announcement request form or email Miss Hayes with the last-minute announcements.
Here's what's happening in Ponderosa sports.
Good morning, Mustangs. I'm Everett with your sports for this week. Today, there will be both the girls golf JV and varsity team against Castleview at the South Suburban Course. At 3 p.m., there will be a boys baseball sophomore game versus Douglas County at the Metzler Field. Also at 3 p.m., there will be boys JV lacrosse versus Castleview. At 3:30, there will be both JV and varsity girls tennis games at Castleview and the Pinery Courts. At 4:30, there will be a JV boys volleyball game at Thunder Ridge and a boys varsity lacrosse game at 5 p.m. versus Castleview at Echo Park. At 6 p.m. there will be a boys varsity volleyball game versus and at Thunder Ridge. And at 7 there will be a girls soccer game versus Highlands Ranch at Echo Park. For Friday, there will be a boys varsity baseball game against Arapahoe here at Ponderosa at 4 p.m. and and a 4:30 boys JV baseball game at Arapahoe. On Saturday, there will be track and field meet against Legend. And at 10 a.m., there is a freshman baseball game at Ponderosa. And at 11 a.m., there will be a boys varsity baseball game at and against Falcon. At 1 p.m., there is a boys varsity lacrosse game versus and at Windsor. At 1:30, there is a boys JV baseball game versus and at Falcon High School. And on Monday, there is a boys sophomore baseball game at and against Heritage at Ponderosa at 4 p.m. Also at 4 p.m., boys freshman baseball game at and against Heritage. That's all for now, Mustangs, so back to the studio.
No way.
Thanks, Everett. Get out there and support your Mustangs.
Hey, Claire, want to hear a joke?
Sure.
Why don't you ever see elephants hiding in trees?
I don't know why.
Because they're so good at it.
Okay.
We will
We'll see you next time on Mustang TV.